ready to question everything? Tune in the void. Where gravity pulls, Saturn calls. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Yellow haze, frozen maze, rings of ice in endless spin. Moons are dancing, shadows glancing. Titan wakes, the storm begins. Drop it low. Drop it low. Let the bass control. From the rings we glow. It's our turn. Rings. Ice and rock, never stop. Gravitational lock. Boom. Crash. Enceladus spray, Titan's haze. We own the black space. Waddle bass tearing through the cosmos. Rings spinning faster, feel the bass hit your torso. 140 on the kick, sub rattling your rib cage. Saturn's calling. Better obey. Floating past the Roche limit. Rings of gold in the infinite. Main as the Death Star, Rhea in the dark. We are children of the gas giants' heart. Get ready. For the final drop. Saturn never stops.
Welcome back to the Robert and Crew Show. As always, I'm your host, Robert.
And I'm your co-host, Crew.
And tonight, we're just chilling. We're doing an episode of just us chilling.
Tonight. But tomorrow, we still will do our alien episode. So don't worry, everybody. We will make sure that happens because there's a lot to go over on that topic. But like Robert said, we're just chilling.
Yep, tonight is just a chill night. So how's your day been, dude?
Good. I had a lot of stuff going on today, actually. I mowed. I did some weeding, pulling out weeds. And pretty much had an eventful day. Well,
Hey, Julie. Julie.
I went to Zona Rosa earlier today, too.
What'd you do in Zona Rosa?
Well, the girls had to do some shopping. And, I walked around a bit, because, I haven't been to Zona Rosa in forever. And that's over by the airport. But I stopped in Barnes & Noble's for a quick sec, because you know how much I love books.
Right.
Then I went to Vintage Stock for a quick sec, because you know how much I like go look at the Pokemon cards they have.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I actually do need to go to Quick Trip, which is about 10 minutes from Zona Rosa. 10-minute walk,
Mm-hmm.
So I walked all the way over there, got me 2 drinks, got me a pack of cigarettes, and then headed right back to the car.
Right.
And played Pokemon too. I was so for those who know how much I love Pokemon, the one thing that I do a lot on my phone, even at work, I will literally go into my Pokemon game apps and start playing Pokemon TCG, which is, for those who don't know, a card game. Or I'll go to Pokemon Masters ZX and play as different characters from the games in the anime against other characters in the game, and then or I'll go into my GBA emulator app and play just different Pokemon ROM games.
What cards have you pulled lately in TCG?
Oh man, I I've been pulling a lot of the same cards. I got this close to pulling from the Wonder, Pat, the Wonder picks.
Yeah.
I almost got Gengar,
Oh.
Mega Gengar EX, but I hit the wrong face down card.
Oh.
Moved to it was on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I clicked the right bottom instead of the left bottom, and it switched to the left bottom. And, and there's a 1 in 50 chance that you will actually get specific rare cards in the Wonder picks. And Robert and I never always get lucky.
Right.
But that one chance that last week he gets Mega Gengar EX Full Art Shiny, and I get a Mega Charizard X
Shiny.
Shiny, and then we both get the interactive Muse. He gets the Shiny, and I get the regular Full Art interactive.
I've had some luck with the set. Like the only card that I've been waiting to pull that like I really want to get my hands on is the shiny Dragonite.
Do
I
you want to
really
know what I did pull though? Finally, out of one of the packs.
right.
Yes. Today actually, which was a shocker. I forgot to screenshot it to you. But I was too excited. I forgot to screenshot it. It was the full art engine Pokemon.
The Varoom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the full art one, the bigger, the second evolution of it.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit! I didn't expect that.
Yeah, this morning when I opened up my packs, I pulled a shiny Mega Manectric,
Hmm.
which I didn't even know that Manectric. Like I figured Manectric had a shiny, but I didn't know it was in this set. Elmstead said he bought a $200 Ascended Heroes ETB and got a $50 card.
Oh wow!
That's not bad.
Yeah, that isn't bad. That's actually really impressive.
Although, with the ETBs, man, I hate buying ETBs now because I just feel like I constantly get ripped off.
Right.
Like when I buy an ETB, I never pull anything good from it ever.
Oh yeah.
The
And
elite trainer boxes the elite trainer boxes used to be like $50, I thought. At least that's how what they were here in Missouri for a while. They were $50. Elmsa says they're supposed to be 60.
you know something that sucks though? I was talking earlier with my sister, right, about prices and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now the economy of today is so messed up. And we can blame Trump all we want, right?
Yeah.
But the truth is, it wasn't just Trump who did it.
No, it's been going on since before Obama. Like at the very beginning of the Bush or sorry, the very end of the Bush years.
Right. And here's the thing, like,
Oh yeah, scalpers did cause the Pokemon problem, Elmsta. 100%. Scalpers took and bought everything, and it's getting ridiculous. I'm tired of scalpers.
and like with today's prices to, let's say, like in the 1920s, right? For a gallon of milk, it was like 30 to 50 cents.
Yeah, but you also have to think that inflation. So with inflation over the years and how much money gets printed, it's only a matter of time before prices go up.
Oh yeah, that's
You're not gonna if you print more money than what is supplied just because you can print it, the value of the money goes down.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, look at Germany, for instance. When Germany went through their problem, man, there was a point in time where a loaf of bread was $10,000.
Mm.
a loaf of fucking bread. And
And,
people would bring wheelbarrows full of their money, their useless money, to the grocery store to buy groceries.
and you want to know
True
what
shit.
fucked up part about the bread issue? Now, you know how with the bullshit with the war going on, right?
Hmm.
The two most major food like items that we have in society today that will be outrageously priced, and this is proven, bread and flour.
Also, eggs.
Yeah. Well, eggs is always getting overly priced every year, including milk.
Do you remember here in Missouri a couple years ago when a 12 pack of eggs went all the way up to almost $11?
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the early 2000s you could get that same pack of eggs for
Mhm.
like $2.50?
Mhm. Now, what's funny is a lot of people don't see me being the type to ever work in a grocery store or a pharmacy store, right?
Yeah,
I've only worked two. I worked a grocery store out in Independence for
right.
like for like not for like maybe almost a month. Not even that. Maybe a little bit less, but it was just because I needed the money. And I ended up going back to a temp agency after that because I was like, yeah, this is too far. I'm not doing it. And then I've also off and on from 2017 to 2019.
Oh my God. So Elmstead just said, I saw a video this morning that some lady was stealing some protected goose eggs and is now wanted.
Mm, mm.
That's
But that's
crazy.
crazy. But when once pharmacy, like or it's not just a pharmacy, it's also like um you can get groceries, you can get makeup, you can get toys, you can get pictures. It's basically a big old convenience store with a pharmacy inside of it. But I worked at this place from 2017 to 2019. I worked at like I'd say no, I think till maybe no, it was till 2020. I worked at another one in 2020 for a little bit, right around the end of March, and you remember this.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I remember when you worked at a grocery store and then you worked at a pharmacy. I
well,
remember
no, I
that.
worked at the pharmacy before the grocery store.
No,
Way
no, sure, but I said I remember both times you work in
yeah.
those places.
So basically, back in 2017, I was working at a Steak and Shake, right?
Yeah,
And it was
that was where you met our buddy G, right?
mm-mm. That
No,
was I
you've
met
known
him
him
back in
longer.
2016 at Cheddar's.
Oh, at Cheddar's. Okay.
Yeah, and okay, so I left Cheddar's, right, and then I ended up getting a job at Steak and Shake, and then right around I'd say probably November, yeah, around November, I quit Steak and Shake after getting a job at Walgreens. That's where I was working, Walgreens, a pharmacy.
Right.
And I worked at this one out in Liberty, well, the Walgreens out in Liberty, because there's like maybe, I think there's only one, I can't remember. But I worked at the one in Liberty, the one over by the college.
Yeah.
I worked at that one. And then it was getting really harder because my sister, she decided to, I guess transfer to a different one or whatever.
Right.
Or and said, "Hey, we live at the apartment complex over here in Independence. Why don't you switch to the one closer to the apartment?" So I ended up going to the Walgreens over there off 24 Highway, the one that would lead straight to Fort Osage.
Yeah.
The one right there, right by the what was it called? Sunfresh. That one.
Yeah.
I worked at that one till about January of 2019, and then I ended up getting that job at Crazy Crab that opened up, back in 2019 over there off of Crazy Crab.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's it's uh it's over there by the I can't remember where it's at.
That's all right. You don't need to know where it's at.
It's not far from the IRS place. That's all I can. No, it's over off Broadway. That's where it's at.
Right.
So I ended up going all the way out to Wichita, stayed out there for a little bit, came back, worked at came back from Wichita from working from Sonic, came back, moved out to Kansas City, was working at another Sonic over there in Clay Como, and then Spiral, where COVID hit, right?
Right.
Quit my job because of COVID. And problems started happening because, I was having health issues, and then right around October, I ended up getting my third and final time at
Yeah.
Walgreens.
Yeah, so Elmster, you're talking about the soldier that got arrested for basically insider trading and betting on himself on an app called Kalshi, where they said basically he bet on that Maduro was going to get captured. So he betted on himself and he won. Honestly, I don't think that's wrong. I could care less. I could give a shit less. Give that soldier his check and let him go. Like, who gives a fuck? He got Maduro. They got Maduro. I don't care.
Right. But yeah, so from 20, so the end of, close to the end of 2019, I ended up getting the job at Walgreens in October. Worked all the way to March 2020.
You know, I look, so with the whole it's against the law, like, I mean, that's fine, but I don't, it doesn't affect me any. It doesn't affect anybody else, you know. The man bet on himself. I mean, didn't the whole NBA just get in trouble for that crap too? Like, I could care less, honestly. Just
Well,
let those guys make their money.
you want to know something that's really more fucked up? Because that was the end of my, Walgreens story. But
Yeah.
you want to know what's really more fucked up? That's
What's that?
going in an investigation right now. NASA.
Wait, what?
NASA and the government are doing a full investigation on the missing scientists.
Yeah, because it's up to 15 now.
Yeah.
It's up to 15. And David just died.
Yeah.
And he came on live and said that he would never kill himself. He would never do anything like that. And then what do they say? They say, oh, he killed himself. So, yeah, no, this is getting really, really, really sketchy. And these scientists are they're being taken out.
By who, though?
I'm not sure, but even Michio Kaku said that he's scared. Like, he's afraid for his life. So, like, you have all these top scientists now who don't even want to go outside. They don't want to go anywhere because they're afraid they're going to get killed.
Well, isn't the government still on a shutdown?
I don't know. Probably, maybe.
Like, here's a problem. Okay, so
Yeah, I heard the guy that was on Storage World Wars got cyber bullied and he offed himself. I heard about that, Julie. That's sad.
well, here's the problem. Okay, with the whole government shutdown, right?
Yeah.
And the whole income tax bullshit. I don't agree with, them saying, oh, well, the end date's April 15th, right?
Right.
I follow April 15th. And then every year. I don't know what it is. Even if I decide to file before April 15th, the end date, and I do this every year. I file either at the end date or beforehand, and then it take IRS takes forever. I don't know what it is. They take forever to accept it, even though
Right.
even though if you go into like one of those income tax apps like TurboTax, for example, it says, "Oh, IRS accepted it," but then when you go to the IRS.gov to go pay app, and then it says, "Oh, it's return received," but it has not accepted the like what the heck? That doesn't make sense. Why are you gonna say you gotta accept it on the Turbo app or any other app like HBO, H&R Block or whatever, and then they want to take their sweet time on it accept return.
Because that's what they do, man.
I
That's
know.
that's what they do. Like when the IRS is ridiculous. And Elmsta, I saw your comment about the smoking ban for anybody born in 2008 or younger, and that's crazy. I saw that the UK did that too, and it made me laugh a little bit. But
So wait,
it's
hold up.
crazy.
Let me get this straight. So anyone born from 2008 to whenever can't smoke?
Yeah,
Okay, so
collab. West on NV, I would love to collab sometime. You can shoot us a message at kover27@gmail.com.
heck yeah, we love collabs.
I
I
would
mean,
love to we'd love to jump on with you or with anybody else. So
yeah.
just hit us up.
I mean, we haven't really done a collab in a while. I mean, last collab we really did was we had a special guest, and we did the Life of the Philippines with a buddy of mine from the Philippines who I've known for a few years. He's pretty chill.
Well, we also have a we've got a guest coming on pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, the more guests and more collabs we can get, the better. So, we love to talk about anything and everything. So, welcome.
Yeah, so just hit us up at kover27@gmail.com. Just shoot a message and let me know who you are and we'll set something up.
But yeah, like for a lot going on lately. Oh man, the whole IRS, the war, the whatever you can think of, man. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit.
I mean, I was sick and tired of the IRS a long time ago, man. Dude, who do you realize that we are law-abiding citizens who pay our taxes and do the things that we're supposed to do? But
Mhm.
basically, every time I go outside and drive my car that I pay my taxes on and I get registered and do all of that, and then I see some jackass in a Ford F-150 who's got back the blue on his windshield or his back windshield, and both of his plates are decorative plates, and they mean absolutely nothing. And that dude isn't getting pulled over. He's obviously not registering his vehicle, but he's not getting pulled over. And then I'm like, why the hell am I even taking my time to go to the DMV to do any of this bullshit when there's people who are constantly driving around in the state of Missouri with no tags, no plates. Sometimes the car's probably not even had the sales tax paid on it.
Like,
Like,
okay,
come on.
perfect example, even for Robert, right? For you, they'll pull you over for a broken tail light,
Oh yeah.
but they won't pull you over for expired tax.
Or no tags or no plate at all.
Actually, that's not true because I will prove that actually did happen once
Well,
to.
no. It happens all the time that
Oh
people
yeah,
that people get pulled over for that. But I'm saying in the greater Kansas City area, I see more vehicles driving with no plates than I ever have in my entire life.
well, what's funny? Back when I was living in Independence, right? This was about like 2015 to 2016, right?
Yeah.
I think no, it was around point. Yeah, it was around then. So I was living like over there, not far from Fort Osage. I was like living like right in that neighborhood, right behind Sunfresh, right?
Right.
And we had a bunch of roommates in a duplex. Just me, my sister, and a few of our roommates there. And I shit you not, right? So I'm home. I was working at Pizza Hut at the time, and we were all working at Pizza Hut actually. And this is funny. So my roommate takes his broke ass, broken rigged car, driving down 291, right?
Yeah.
Coming back from um picking up one of our roommates from the pizza Hut she was working at because they all transferred us out different pizza Huts out over that area. And him, one of our roommates, and the girl who was another roommate of ours all get pulled over, right?
Right.
In that rigged, broke, stupid looking car. And I shit you not, the police were like, "Did you steal his car?" They had the license plate in the front and not in the back.
Right.
Because you could have two license plates in the front and the back.
Well, you're
Yeah,
you're supposed to, and in the state of Missouri, you have to have double plates.
yeah, I know. And I'm like, me and my sister and whoever else was with us at the house looked at each other like, what the fuck? And one of the roommates gets arrested, and the other two get to go scot free. The one with the broke down car, he got to go scot free. She got to go scot free. But the other roommate who was in the passenger seat didn't. And I'm like,
What happened? Is they have a warrant or something?
I don't remember. I think it was, but I don't know. And I'm like, how are you guys going to be that stupid? Because our roommate who was in the passenger seat told our roommate, and I'm going to use his last name only, Goalie.
Yeah.
Goalie listened to his stupid best friend, who was our other roommate, told told Goalie to put the license plate in the front, not the back,
Right.
and they got pulled over.
Of course they did.
And I'm like, I looked at my sister like, why do we live with these idiots?
I got. I've been pulled over for plate violation before, but not purposeful. I just didn't have my plate on the car
Mm-hmm.
at the time. My plates were in the trunk. I didn't put them on before I went driving. I had just gotten my plates at the DMV like a day or two before, and I forgot to put them on. I just threw them in the trunk. I was like, I'll put them on later, and got pulled over for driving with no plates. So yeah, I've been pulled over for it.
You want to know something even more crazier?
Elmsta's never been pulled over.
Oh wow!
Oh, he also said where he grew up, there were people from the Bay Area that would dump their stolen vehicles, sometimes involved in murders, sometimes would burn the cars. Most of the time, they failed. In KC, that's what happens to all the stolen vehicles. They get burned. They basically the guys will drive them out in the middle of like a heavily wooded area, and then they'll burn the cars.
Like Swope Parkway,
Yeah,
but which is a really good example because there's a lot of bad things that happen over that Swope Park. But so I'm gonna okay. So
true, Elmster. That's true. He said gas is cheaper for us out here
well,
in order to burn the cars.
what's, what's even more fucked up? Back in 2016, right? When Pokemon Go became available
Yeah,
for everybody worldwide. So one day, right? I get a call from the roommate dad, the one who got arrested.
Yeah.
His dad was living with us at the time. And his van was in the driveway, and nobody wanted to come pick him up. So I get a call from the dad, and I said, "What?" He's like, "No one's gonna come pick me up. Can you?" I was like, "Give me a moment. I'll figure out what's going on." It was 5 in the freaking morning. So my sister, it's like, "Go pick him up. Just do it, so we can all go to sleep." I was like, "But I'm trying to go to sleep." So I get my ass up, go pick him up. We switch spots, right? So he can drive back.
Right.
We get pulled over. We get to go back home after getting pulled over.
Yeah.
And then that same night, I'm walking around the neighborhood playing Pokemon Go. I get pulled over.
Walking.
Yeah, and the officer's like, "What you doing?" Playing Pokemon Go. And I was like this, my phone. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Why am I being stopped?" "Well, apparently you walked by a mailbox, those type of mailboxes they have to have a key to get in.
Yeah.
And it was in this one like round, like circle roundabout like street that when you
Right.
pull in you have to go around in a circle and then pull out with all those houses in a circle
Oh,
around
they're
you.
coming for him.
Yeah, I live in Kansas City, folks. I hear this shit all the time over here. Um,
Julie, you asked if there's any nice places still in KC. Yeah, Gladstone, Liberty, Blue Springs is all right.
we
But
found
there
it.
are a lot of really ghetto areas too, for sure.
I sort of kind of live in the ghetto area, but I live in the Hispanic district, and I hear gunshots 24/7 over here. And Robert will tell you it's true because we went to a gas station not far from here over at Independence Avenue. It was a fast stop, right? Or an express stop. I can't remember which one of the two because they're the same type. They're the same gas station basically. And Robert, I shit you not, grabbed his handheld, put it on his side because a freaking homeless guy was walking right by the vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is why I carry in the city.
Fuck
But
yeah, dude. I don't go to KC without my gun, man.
oh, I know.
There's no way I'm going to KC without my gun. My gun is in my car 24/7.
But back to that Pokemon story. When I was playing Pokemon Go that night, right, and I walked right by that one street that had the roundabout.
What's your fact, Elmsta? Yes, I know what you're talking about, the roundabout.
What's funny is when I walked right by that mailbox, you want to know something funny that was right by that mailbox?
Yeah.
A freaking horde of rat-a-tats and Pidgeys. And I learned this fact from Trainer Tips, the YouTuber,
Right.
that if you like ground on Pidgeys and rat-a-tats,
Oh no, I know Mac Dre from the Bay, Elmster. I know Mac Dre from the Bay.
well, when you grind on Pidgeys and rat-a-tats, right, in the beginning, like in 2016, the higher, stronger Raticate or Pidgeot you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So I was doing that because I was constantly watching trainer tips on YouTube.
Yeah, he was killed on I-70, I believe. It was either I-70 or 291, but yeah, his car was shot up.
But and I told the officer that, and he's like, "Why are you telling me this Pokemon fact?" I was like, "Look, officer, I made this app just came out, just got released not that long ago. It's called Pokemon Go, which you clearly see me playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I I screenshot it right when I was right there, right? So I exited out of the app and I went to my gallery and I showed him the screenshot where I was at.
Right.
And he's like, so it took you a minute to catch all of them. Yeah, and I wasn't just standing by the mailbox. I walked past the mailbox, walked around that roundabout while catching them quickly, and then walking down the street around that big old loop because there's that big old loop right there in that neighborhood because it was one of
Right.
the neighborhoods that just goes in a big old round loop
Yeah.
and then gets back onto the street back there. And he's like, okay, so you weren't just staying one spot. And I was like, you know what's even more weird, officer? He's like, what? I was like, while I was doing this, I was being followed by a truck the whole time.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, that must have been the person who called us. And I was like, yeah, as soon as I left that street, they followed me onto on the back road while I was walking up here to 7-Eleven
Yeah.
because I was gonna stop and go get me something to drink and a pack of cigarettes because I was running low. And they're like, "Do you play Pokemon Go a lot?" I was like, "Yeah, ever since this came out because it's good. It's good for walking."
Yeah.
And the officer was like, "All right, well, you're free to go. This was a stupid thing to go answer a call for. We sorry for wasting time."
Dude, I I bet you that truck is the one that called the cops on you.
I
It was probably following you because he probably thought you were trying to like steal people's packages or some shit.
and literally the same truck, right after officers was leaving, they get mad and swerve off, and the officer literally gave him the middle finger.
That's hilarious. So, crew,
Yeah,
tonight you did send me some videos.
sure did.
Do we want to get into those?
Oh yeah, why not?
Let's check these out. Let's see what crew sent over tonight.
I sent over about 10 people, so we got some good ones.
One of the first people I started doing readings on was Selena Gomez.
Okay.
And I have seen
Is she here anymore?
So it's complicated. She is hosting an interdimensional parasite within her body, but anything from the spiritual realm, in order for it to get into the physical realm, needs a human host. Sometimes you could use like an animal, like a dog. Like you see a lot of like skinwalkers will use dogs,
Right.
but most of the time they need a human.
Like, what is it? Is it like a demon? Is it a like?
What I see in Selena is a little bit more rare. There's an interdimensional being in her. It's a parasite. And this thing has, I would say, about 90% taken over her from what I can see as a psychic, obviously. But the amount of consciousness that she has left is very slim. I don't think she's all there in her head. I don't think she's acting, because the thing is that this interdimensional parasite does everything it can to mimic a human being. But they're not that smart. And that's why you see like the glitches and everything like that. One of the first people I started doing readings on was Selena Gomez.
So that's a psychic who's saying that she did a reading on Selena Gomez and that she thinks she has an interdimensional being that is a parasite that is latched onto her.
I heard stories about something similar to this, and it's not just Selena Gomez that it's supposedly happened to.
Well,
There's
yeah.
many other celebrities, even Orlando Brown has come out and talked about it, about certain other celebrities and musicians whose it's happened to.
Well, look at the best one I can say is look at Britney Spears.
And then you got freaking the one who doesn't look similar anymore. The one I went emotional about. Oh God, Jim Carrey,
Right.
for example. But I mean, and you're right. Brain
Elmstead doesn't believe it.
Well, of course, Elsa doesn't believe it. He lives in California,
California.
and like Elsa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Compton.
I had to throw that out there because we give you shit all the time. You give us shit all the time.
Knows how to party.
But the thing is, though, like seriously, though, it's not just like okay, all these celebrities, shit's happening to. It's getting out of hand. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's fake. It's all legend.
They're
It's
all demons.
Yeah. And we're gonna get in that topic, right?
or
when we do our
MK
demon
Ultra
episode.
sex kittens.
We're gonna get in that topic when we get with the demon topic when we do our alien episode soon.
For sure. Let's get this next video.
He says he can switch people out, and he does it right in front of them. I'll switch your wife out, and I'll put another one of your wife inside of her body. And they're walking around. We've figured out how to, turn into spirit and exchange the soul.
They still look similar, but something's off about them. And the crazy part is, once this famous figure dies, in the same year the lookalike is born. Go back 100 years and you'll find another former celebrity that looks just like them. The creepiest slip-up I've ever heard is with the Queen of England. It sounds like they messed up on that process.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
As you can see,
He says he can switch people out, and he does it right in front of them. I'll switch your
So the death is irreversible. That was a famous thing that happened on live TV. It was accidental, but it's a very weird slip up. Like, how in the hell could death be irreversible anyways? It's not like the Queen of England was Jesus Christ. Like, she's not going to come back from the dead.
Well, I
But
mean, think about
who
it.
knows?
You lived for a very long time, correct?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they said slipping up saying her death is irreversible, it's probably because she lived too long.
Right.
And they-
Elsa says, "You live in Missouri. Do you know what that sounds like? Misery."
Okay, first off, I'm not gonna. I'm
You know
not.
what, you know what, Elmster? Misery loves company.
Well, okay, look. We do call Missouri misery because fun fact about Missouri,
Missouri, really? Did you just say Missouri? You just sound like my grandpa, my great grandpappy. That's what he said.
Okay, look.
Missouri.
You know how many people call it Missouri, misery, or Missouri? Doesn't matter. They call it either of the three. But misery is a proven fact for Missouri because problem about Missouri is one, our state is one of the worst states to live in when it comes to weather.
Oh yeah, but that's because we're smack dab in the middle of Tornado Alley.
Well, and also because Mother Nature always has to be on a freaking period 24 freaking 7 in Missouri. We
And
never know
winters
when
here.
it's hot, cold, windy, rainy.
The
snowy.
winters here are ridiculous
Mhm.
because you either have a really warm winter or you have the coldest winter you've ever gone through, and it's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
We haven't had a snowy winter or a snowy Christmas.
Elmster said the Queen of England coming back would be insane.
Oh, trust me, I agree. And fun facts, I'm related to royalty, so I know.
Technically aren't there probably like 25% of people are related to the royal family. It's got to be something like that. It's like 25% of the United States population is related to the royal family.
Mhm.
But you know why that is, right? That's because we came from there. They all came from Europe. They all migrated over here because they didn't want to be under the law of the king or the queen. And they came to America, and those people, some of them were descendants directly of the royal family. So that's why there's royal bloodlines in here.
Mhm.
What? What Elmsta? None of. The second. It said, I barely found the town my family came from in Sicily. I have a street named after us. That's awesome. Oh, you don't have any tornadoes. Yeah. No, we get tornadoes. You're in California though. You get fires. You get crazy fires
And earthquakes.
and earthquakes. Yeah, but crazy fires, man. That's the
You-
thing I don't like about Cali is
I will-
one fire with the Santa Ana winds and everybody's fucked. So no, thank you.
And you know something very weird? They said there was a few people I met once. We were all taught who I knew way back. We were in a discussion about Day After Tomorrow. You know that
Yeah.
movie, right? And they're like, how in the hell would a tornado hit freaking downtown Los Angeles and that when this never happened in real life and it happened in the movie? And I was like, well, you can blame the movie, I guess.
Look, tornadoes can occur just about anywhere, all right?
Okay.
Tornadoes occur in the middle of the ocean. They're called water spouts. They happen. I was on a cruise ship and saw multiple water spouts. They were crazy. But tornado, you just have to have the right temperature match and very cold drop. As soon as that happens, as soon as that warm air mixes with that cold air, you'll get a tornado. It's just what happens.
What would you do if you saw a Sharknado?
That would be funny. And I would probably just accept death to watch it.
Okay, I made a joke once. I was like, if Sharknado ever actually became real, I literally would just sit outside, smoke a cigarette, drink a beer, and be like, "This is awesome. I'm gonna take a picture of this and make talk shit about the movie Sharknado."
Right.
In this industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, like I was, had no idea that these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time, is what they believe. The art of exchanging spirits, trading spirits.
And then when they do die, they can move their consciousness from their decaying body, from their dead, body to a new clone of themselves. They can basically, they can harness and control and transport the informational bundle that is a soul from one piece of hardware to another, or wetware to another. They know how to do this, and this is why, like, in all the human myths about Apollo and Aphrodite and whatever, Zeus himself, these gods seem like they live forever. They always look the same, and whereas humans are, being born and dying generation after generation, these Nordics these gods always look the same, because first of all, their lifespans are thousands of our years per body, and then also they can move their consciousness into clones of themselves. So yeah, it's exactly as you describe it. It was done a very long time ago, and these are the people who manage us.
Where's the proof for that though? Like all we have are pictures that look like other people. And wait, excuse the fuck out of me. I believe that lots of people can look exactly like one another, okay? There are only so many combinations that DNA can create, okay? We all have similar features, all right? I'm sure there's probably about at least, let's say, 600 people who look similar to me. Same thing with you. I literally,
True.
the other day at Centerpoint, I told you this.
Mhm.
I saw somebody who looked exactly like you. I almost said, "Hey, what up, crew?" and then realized, wait a minute, that's not crew.
Okay.
Literally.
Well, still though, I mean, it also goes in the whole, problem, right? Like, let's just be real for a second, okay? What if that proves reincarnation? Like, seeing what those pictures were, past and then now.
Right.
Reincarnation. I mean,
What are your thoughts about right versus left-handed? Some people say it's based on the test you come from. What the fuck? So it's kind of funny, Elmsta. I am ambidextrous, so I can use both to write with my right and my left. But I've never heard the fact that people believe what testicle you came out of, what testicle created you, means that's what hand you're going to write with. That's crazy.
well, I'm left-handed,
Right?
and we what's
I don't
really
believe it either.
what's really messed up though, a lot of my family, um, I think it was on my dad's side. I can't remember, but they didn't believe in left-handers.
No. My mom, or it, I don't know if it was my mom or somebody else's. No, it wasn't my mom. It was actually my wife. My wife, her school got so upset with her for writing with her left hand that they would basically discipline her for using her left hand, and she had to change hands to make the teacher happy. So she forgot how to write with her left hand and learned how to write with her right, which is crazy. That's really insane. Like I I just naturally like learned how to write with both of my hands. I didn't like only using one hand to write with because I was a kid that liked art and I liked to draw, and I would sometimes draw with both of my hands at the same time. And my mom would get so weirded out by it. She'd see it and she'd be like, "Oh my god, he's ambidextrous," and she thought it was so cool, but she also thought it was so weird at the same time. And then later on, you find out that a lot of people can do it.
Well, I mean, I can't. Okay, so with my right hand, yes, I use it for like picking up stuff or holding on to things, but I can't write with my right hand with shit. It's all floppy and shaky and looks horrible. But when I write with my left hand, it look like Robert will tell you this, guys. When I write with my left hand or draw with my left hand or color with my left hand, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Like he's seen my writing and he's like, "How do you write so smoothly?"
That's because I have shitty handwriting.
And like he will literally look at my word letters and they don't mess up at all. They look really good. Like
I
I'm
skated. I
professional.
I was goofy footed when I skateboarded. When I still skateboard, I'm goofy footed. I can't really like. I don't like to push Mongo. I don't like to push normal. I'd rather just skate goofy. Dude, a 60-foot kraken creature. Okay, I'll look that up real quick. A 60-foot kraken creature. Are you serious? How come you didn't send me that video, crew?
What?
A 60-foot kraken creature was found.
I didn't know about that. So a 60-foot squid was found.
That's what he said.
Interesting.
I Okay, I think I found a video that talks about it. Let's bring it up.
Move over, Loch Ness Monster. The real-life Kraken just stepped out of the history books. New analysis of fossilized jaws reveals that 100 million years ago, a massive octopus prowled the oceans as a top-tier predator. These ancient giants reached lengths of over 60 feet, making them even larger than today's giant squids. While we usually think of dinosaurs like the mosasaur ruling the Cretaceous seas, these octopuses were serious rivals. Using digital fossil mining to peer inside rocks from Japan and Canada, researchers found beaks with significant wear and tear. This suggests these monsters were repeatedly crushing hard prey like shells and bones. Because their soft bodies rarely fossilize, these creatures have been a mystery for millions of years. Now, we finally know that the deep sea has always been home to giants. Move over.
Interesting. I wish they had a picture of it. Like a real picture of it.
Well, you know what's funny about that deep sea, to home the giants or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, which we can get more in depth in this topic tomorrow, because that's when we're doing our alien episode. For those who don't know yet. Spoiler. But we can get more in the depth of the topic about, supposedly there's alien bases in the deep sea.
Oh, okay. So there is so the new findings provide evolutionary insights into a group of animals that left a few fossils behind. The soft-bodied critters lost their protective shells hundreds of millions of years ago and largely lack any other hard parts that easily fossilize. However, ancient octopus did leave one telltale trace in the fossil record: their parrot-like beaks. These structures are composed primarily of chitin, the same material that forms the exoskeletons of insects and crustaceans. In living species, the size of an octopus beak is often indicative of the rest of the animal's dimensions, allowing paleontologists to reconstruct the size of an ancient cephalopod based only on its beak that it left behind. Iba and his team analyzed 15 well-preserved beak fossils discovered in the late Cretaceous deposits in Japan and Vancouver Island. To bolster the data set, the team also used artificial intelligence-assisted software to uncover fossilized octopus beaks buried in Japanese sediment samples. The process, which researchers refer to as digital fossil mining, allowed them to shift through the interiors of rock. The AI tool then processed the wealth of the interior image to detect hidden fossils. Using this approach, we were able to discover fossil jaws that would have been nearly impossible to find using conventional techniques and reconstruct them as detailed 3D digital fossils, Iba says. The effort yielded 12 additional fossilized octopus jaws.
Interesting.
And this is what it looks like, I guess. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I love hearing about like crazy animals and creatures. Thanks for telling us about that, and it's really cool that we get to see the fossilized beaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Let's hit another one of these videos, crew.
She said they are new and only recently arrived on this planet. Recently, I came across an account where this person looks like what we describe as an alien, but they have no hair. She even shows off their children. Their videos have gained a lot of views on TikTok. They show their spacecraft and explain how they came to this planet. One time she posted a video on TikTok showing many people from our planet standing inside incubation pods. Viewers questioned why they were being kept in those pods. In the video, she explained that the pods are necessary because the planet's atmosphere is not compatible with the human body. The liquid stabilizes their lungs, protects them from radiation, and keeps their...
This is AI. 110% this is AI.
Their biological systems functioning while they adapt to the environment. This made more and more people start to believe it's real. When they go out wearing masks, people can't tell whether they are real or not. They usually blend in with normal humans, and once they get home, they take off their masks. She said,
It's interesting, but it's AI. You know what I mean? That's AI 100%. That's not real. I'm just calling you out for your AI bullshit.
Oh, wow. Because I love making AI videos. Okay. I'm AI generated, I guess.
You got
Many celebrities have had to sacrifice people close to them, and we thought we knew why, but the reason was far darker. Very few people know this, but Kylie Jenner's close circle was affected, and she never dared to talk about it. Her hairstylist and her best friend both died mysteriously at just 34 years old. There was also DaBaby, who saw his father die the very same day he reached #1 on the charts, as if it was the price to pay. I've rarely seen something that strange. And we can't forget Michael Jordan, one of the greatest figures of all time, yet at the peak of his career, his father was murdered. The most well-known and shocking case is Kanye West and his mother Donda West. He says it himself in this video.
I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand? Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right?
A few years ago, there was Diana, Princess of Wales, who died tragically in a car crash. And strangely, her companion also died shortly after. When you know what the princess was trying to do, you realize how unusual it is. And the worst might be what happened to Mariah Carey. She lost her sister and her mother on the same day while her career was taking off. That alone is disturbing. Every time it seems to happen right when they are about to become famous. But is it really a coincidence, or is something else hiding behind all of this? I know the list goes on, so tell me in the comments if I missed any.
I've heard of the ritualistic sacrifices.
Me too.
And the Michael Jordan's dad one is very weird.
Mm-hmm.
The Pyramid of Kukulkan shows that we live in a flat Earth, geocentric plane.
What does geocentric mean?
Geo-Earth-centric. Earth is the center. All of the heavenly bodies are spinning and rotating above us.
So the sun's not the center.
The sun is not the center. We are the center.
So where would the sun be?
It's a luminary body rotating above us. We are in a flat, geocentric disk. Imagine yourself on a plate, and there's a dome above you. That's biblical cosmology. The firmament showeth his handiwork. And the firmament, which is the dome, separates the waters from the waters, which is why you see spaceships when they're supposedly going to space. It looks like they're gliding or looks like they're jet skiing because they are gliding on those waters that are separated. Up there. It's water. That's where we come from, is water. The Pyramid of Kukulkan shows that we live in a flat Earth, geocentric plane.
What does geocentric mean?
That's interesting, and it really does look like water when rockets hit the the upper atmosphere. It's very weird. Yes, I did hear about the shooting at the Mexico temple, and the crazy thing was he somehow had something, or he had ties to Columbine, which is even weirder. At least that's what I heard. Let me ask Rock real quick, because I don't want to mess that up. But yeah, the Mexico temple shooting was very, very weird. Grok, give me a rundown of the Mexico pyramid temple shooting that just happened, and is it true that he had some kind of connection to Columbine?
A guy named Julio Cesar Heso Ramirez, 27, climbed the Pyramid of the Moon at Teotihuacan on Monday around 11 a.m., opened fire on tourists with a revolver, killed a Canadian woman, wounded 13 others, including some Americans, then killed himself. Yeah, there's a clear Columbine link. He carried books, notes, images, and even an AI-generated pic of himself with the Columbine shooters. The attack was on the exact anniversary of Columbine, April 20th, and witnesses heard him reference it. Authorities say he acted alone, scouted the site beforehand, no cartel ties. Just a lone guy obsessed with that massacre. It's shaken up Mexico big time, especially with the World Cup coming.
Pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, killed a Canadian and injured a whole bunch of some Americans and some probably Mexicans and tourists. Crazy. All right, let's hit this next video.
When you see black eyes like Blueface and like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay, and so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes, and they do this so you see people with these cigars, and they're all these big celebrities. They all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of there's shipping and trafficking and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is. These are actually adults. Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a dead celebrity's body, and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. I think Orlando Brown is cuckoo. I think he's crazy. I'm gonna say that I've heard what he's talking about before from other people, obviously, but I can't take Orlando Brown seriously because I feel like he is a clout chaser, and I feel like he is also he's got to put his 2 cents into everything because he wants all of the attention on him when he has that opportunity. Yeah. I'm not saying that he's lying, but I don't trust him. Makes sense, bro?
Yeah.
Also, Mahomes sucks. Well, that's fine. I don't even want to watch the Chiefs anymore. I'm so sad about the Chiefs moving.
Found the body of Jesus in Egypt inside a secret chamber. Well, hold up. Let's see what Jesus has to say about it. If they find me in the desert, don't believe them. Where did they say they found him again? They found the body of Jesus in Egypt.
So I keep hearing about this, but is there any truth to this? Is it a lie? Like,
I don't know.
Is it a blatant lie that people are pushing on TikTok that researchers or archaeologists claim to have found the body of Jesus in the desert?
Yeah, it's a blatant lie. No archaeologists or researchers have found Jesus' body anywhere, let alone in a desert. The TikTok frenzy is twisting a fringe claim by some guy named Paul Warner, a self-proclaimed anthropologist with zero real credentials, who says Jesus' tomb and the Ark of the Covenant are hidden under the Great Pyramid in Egypt. No scans, no body, no confirmation from actual Egyptologists or the authorities. It's pure clickbait, not science.
Just as I suspected. But no, I've also seen those videos going around like crazy on TikTok.
Right.
The FBI, the Pentagon, the White House, and Congress have all now officially opened up a brand new investigation. There are scientists that are directly connected to NASA, nuclear weapons, and classified military programs that keep on going missing, and nobody knows why.
The FBI is investigating possible connections in the cases of 10 missing or dead scientists and staff who worked at sensitive nuclear or space technology.
So ever since 2022, 11 different scientists that are connected to America's most classified programs have now gone missing under suspicious circumstances. And I cannot believe I'm about to say this right now, but the FBI just confirmed that they are officially looking for connections between all of them. 2 different employees from the same exact nuclear weapons lab vanished weeks apart. Both of them left behind their car, their keys, their wallet, and their phone, and one of their phones was actually factory reset before they disappeared. A NASA engineer just randomly vanished off the planet while hiking and they were never found. And then a retired Air Force general walked out of his house and was never seen again. Those 2 people actually worked together on the same exact classified program. Hello? One of them was actually a military intelligence officer who worked for DARPA. He was gone right before he was supposed to testify to Congress about UFOs, and his cause was never confirmed. And on Kalshi right now, people have bet almost $100,000 that the government is going to confirm that aliens exist before 2027. I am going to keep on watching this story. This is obviously insane, so make sure you add me now so you don't miss any updates. Guys,
I mean, it just keeps getting crazier. They keep finding more scientists. I think it's actually up to 15 now. And guys, you know that I covered this subject a couple days ago. So the missing scientists are a big, big deal. And like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. So I think this is most definitely connected to something.
Yeah.
This just doesn't make sense. How does Taylor Swift have a commercial in 1981? And there's a part of me that's even scared to show you this video because I don't know what to believe anymore. And even though they're going to kick me off for even showing you this, I have to show you. But look, Taylor Swift is an icon. I mean, she's been doing this for years. World renowned as one of the best, dropping countless top 100 Billboard hits. But something doesn't add up here. How she was actually born in 1989. Then when glamour dolls were around, they were supposed to rival even the Bratz dolls and the Barbie dolls. So then why was Taylor Swift in this commercial?
The Glamour Dolls collection. Dolls, party plates, fancy fireworks, the Showplace collector's kit, each sold separately. You can send in proofs of purchase from any 3 Glamour Gals dolls. Jessie, Danny, Bonnie, or Shara, and any of 3 outfits. And get Jessie in fancy formal free. Details on the specially marked packages. Offer expires on March 1st, 1982. Glamour Gals collection. Jessie and beautiful bride.
I think that's reaching, but it could be. I mean, it could be a clone, right?
Right.
Elmsta laughs at that. Well, guys, that is going to be the end of the show tonight, but I have one video that I have to leave us with just because it's hilarious and it's one of the funniest videos that I've seen in a long time. So without further ado, here you go.
Have you ever heard of my Nazi knock-knock joke, Louis? No. Knock-knock. Who's there?
We will ask the questions.
Now get out of here.
That's great.
V will ask the questions.
I like that. That was
great. What's that from? It's absolutely wonderful. I keep seeing it like go around everywhere, and I'm just like, that is hilarious.
I don't know what that's from, but that's funny.
All right, guys, that's going to be the episode for tonight. We hope you enjoyed tuning into the Robert and Crew show tonight. We had a lot of fun talking and hanging out. Possibly got a collab coming on the way. That'd be cool. Right now, we're just chilling. It's one of those nights that we just thought we'd chill and hang out with everybody and talk and just hang out. So, Crew, before we go, what is this?
This is the Robert and Crew Show Venmo link to where if you'd like to, not have to, donate so that way we can get stuff for the podcast or so we can get travel costs for the podcast. Anything and everything for this Venmo link is only for the podcast.
All right, and as always, what is our favorite currency? Our favorite currency is just share the show. Share the show with whoever you know. If they want to watch it, if they like the topics if you think they'd like the topics that we're talking about, then introduce them to Robert and Crew. Good for us, good for you. Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. Much love. Peace out from the Robert and Crew show.
Yo, welcome back to the show. Robert and Crew, late night, steal the flow. 12 a.m. sharp, KC lights and glow. Conspiracies, mysteries, let the weird truth grow. Holly weird, old world, cryptids in the night. Flat earth debates till the early night. Raw and unfiltered, just